Alright guys, so full disclosure, I had an audio and technical difficulties. We missed 10 minutes into the game, so I'm going to audibly, verbally communicate what I was doing from my side of the battle, even though you're going to be watching Slightli Salti's side of the battle from the video standpoint. So enjoy the video stuff, and just kind of walk through what we're going on. I am RebelTrainer, coach of your Bouffalant Sabres as always, and we are playing against Slightli Salti for our semifinals. Whoever wins this, implications is we will face either JayVee or Kyogre next week. So we are in the midst of choosing just our parties, our rules. Who I thought Salty was going to bring was vastly different. So he brought Tankion, Sylveon, Haxorus, Grodd with the Rillaboom, Scrafty, Reuniclus, and his Corviknight, which I did not anticipate. So I brought Dragapult, Hawlucha, Dubwool, Ferrothorn, Toxtricity, and Malamar. So looking at his squad, I wasn't quite sure who he'd lead. It was really kind of a tough toss-up. I thought he might lead his Corviknight or his Scrafty. I thought were pretty viable leads, and so I thought to myself that I probably want to start hitting off pretty good. And so we can tell that even Salty himself was kind of struggling with knowing what to do, where to go from here, and this big playoffs implications. So it was tough. So I dedicated my lead here very shortly, as he will himself. As you can see, he was leading his Corviknight, and that was not what I was hoping for necessarily, but it is what it was. And then I threw my lead in here very quickly, as I already said, realizing timer was running short. So we're going to get into the battle here, and then we're going to see what the results are. We're wishing good luck, have fun to each other in the chat, and we let the commencement begin. So I led with Crack. I wanted to go kind of offensive to start, to kind of threaten him. But then I saw the Corviknight, so I was really kind of contemplating in my mind, okay, do I just go off for a superpower here, or do I switch out? So he goes for his U-turn. I go for my superpower, just trying to get damage on the Corviknight. So I get that +1 attack and defense rise, which was huge in my mind. And he goes for the U-turn, which did a lot of damage, to be completely honest. So once he switched out, I was fully anticipating him to go into Sylveon. Seemed a very logical conclusion for him to do, since it's super effective against my Malamar. And I knew Malamar could do some chip damage on this, but it was not really something I wanted to do, let alone take a Hyper Voice from it. So I ended up switching out my Malamar for something that could take the hit a little bit better. So I just straight out baton pass, because I did some calcs real quick to make sure I would be faster, and I was, so there was great confidence. So I was switching my +1 attack, +1 defense into the next Mon, which was Pincushion. I brought a offensive Pincushion this week, just knowing that it was not something I normally brought, and so it was just kind of a surprise. I was hoping. So I was expecting him to anticipate me to do a lot of hazard setting or something along that nature. And I knew he probably had a Mystical Fire, but I wasn't too concerned about that because I was specially defensive. So he goes for the Mystical Fire hit. It does a sizable amount, but we do get a big hit off with our own Iron Head, which was huge in my mind. We doing over half, which was really great. You know, obviously we see that he had leftovers. And so now we weigh out in our minds, do we live another one with our leftovers, or should we be concerned and switch out? And I actually spent a good time kind of just sweating this one. I wasn't quite sure what the right play was, what I wanted to do. I was contemplating that I could probably live another Mystical Fire, but I just wasn't 100% sure. So then I finally decided that the best option was probably just to switch out. As you can see, I was really kind of sweating this one. I wasn't really quite sure what the best option was. It took a long time. So I switched out and switched straight into my Dragapult because I was hoping that he would go for another Mystical Fire, which he does. Anticipating that. Did very little to us. Does get the special attack drop, which is kind of huge because we were running a specially offensive Dragapult this week. So then I was playing the mind game of, will he stay in? Will he Dynamax? Or will he do something else? And so I was contemplating in the back of my mind that maybe I should double out, because it's not something I do a ton of. And so I was hoping that that would give me the advantage and give me the offensive strike that I wanted to. As you can see, that he is really kind of contemplating himself as to what his next move is, what the next best course of action was. He's kind of doing some calcs there himself. He does decide to go with the Dynamax. He goes for the Max Guard, which was fine. We do switch out into our Toxtricity, our Mosh Pit, because I wanted to get some pressure on him, and also anticipating him to go for the Fairy move. I knew that it wouldn't do a ton to us, as opposed to leaving our Dragapult in. So we see him go big, which gave me great confidence in this turn, and knowing that I can get some offensive pressure on him as well. So he does go for the next Starfall, and we see that it does a decent amount, but we do live it pretty good. So we know that we are confident and that we could live another one. I was pretty sure he wasn't running a Psychic type move on the Sylveon. At least that's what I was thinking at the time. And obviously he is getting his leftover recoveries as well, but we get some of our Black Sludge from that. And so he goes for the Max Guard here. I was just going to go for damage. I was confident that a poison jab was going to do some. I was a little surprised to see him to Max Guard, but it was a very good play on his part, and so there's nothing wrong with that. We both get a little bit more recovery back. And I was contemplating whether or not he would switch out at this time because he knew that I could go for a poison jab. So, but I was just like, I just want to get damage. And so I just went for what I thought was the best move. Obviously thinking that he could switch out into Corviknight to absorb the poison attack. I think I went for a Thunder Punch at this time, but I decided to go for the poison jab instead, which does a good amount to him. He obviously goes for the Max Starfall again, doing another sizable chunk to us, but again, wasn't too concerned about where we were. I knew I was faster. So obviously he now has burned through his turns of Dynamax, which again was giving me great confidence at this point in the match. So I knew he had either an option to stay in or switch out. I thought he might switch out, but he does not. So he goes for the Protect. And I think I went for the Thunder Punch here because I was anticipating him switching into maybe Corviknight. So I was trying to anticipate that switch as well. But at this point and where his health was, I wasn't too concerned about whether or not he stayed or not. So I just went for what I thought was the best damage that would pick up the KO at this range. He does decide to potentially switch. And I'm sure he was playing the mind game just as much as I was as to whether he should switch or not. But he says goes for the Hyper Voice. We go for the Thunder Punch because, again, I was anticipating him to switch into Corviknight. He does not, but Thunder Punch is still able to pick up the KO. And we get a little bit more of our Black Sludge recovery. So at this point, he has to kind of decide who he's going to go into. He decides to go into his Reuniclus, which was kind of worrisome in the back of my mind because I wasn't quite sure what the next best course of action was. He decides to Calm Mind up, as you see, and I just decide to switch out into my Malamar. Malamar, I know, could get some pretty good sizable damage on him. If he was running a Focus Blast, that was fine. I knew he couldn't hit me with anything Psychic. I thought maybe he might have the Shadow Ball, which would do a good chunk to me as well. I was not thinking he was running Focus Blast at the time, so I just go off for the Night Slash because we are running a Scope Lens Malamar, which doubles or increases the chance of a critical hit as long as, including the fact that Night Slash was already a high critting move in and of itself. So you see that we do not quite do over half, but I was thinking in the back of my mind, if I got the crit, the Night Slash would definitely pick it up here. Otherwise, Malamar was going down to the Shadow Ball. So I take the chance with the Night Slash, which very confidently took him out because of the crit. So the crit definitely mattered there. No questions asked. Malamar picks up another kill for our squad, which put me in a pretty good spot, being 6-4 at this point. Not everybody was extremely healthy on the squad, but that's okay. So he sends out Grodd here. At this point, I was wondering whether or not Grodd would be scarfed, which I'm pretty sure he was. And so Salti goes for the U-turn, just kind of picking up the damage, gaining priority in what he got to send out. And at this point, for me, Malamar had already served his purpose and has done a lot for the team. So I was happy with allowing Malamar to go down here. So now Grodd goes back. Salti gets the pick first because of having U-turn and picking up the kill. And he goes out into what appears to be his Haxorus at this point in the match. Probably figuring that he needed to go on the offensive, being down 2 Pokemon at this point. Haxorus was one of the Pokemon that I was not anticipating him to bring, and so it definitely posed some challenges as to what I need to do next. So now I had to process through my mind. What do I want to do here? Do I want to continue on the offensive throttle, or do I want to go to more a defensive mindset? Obviously, being up 2 Pokemon put me in a pretty comfortable spot in my mind, in my thinking, and in my strategy, planning out all of this. But regardless, it caused me to deeply consider what I wanted to do next. But I decided to go out into my Dragapult, and in the back of my mind, I was thinking I will probably Dynamax here, but I wasn't quite sure if he would switch or not. But also knowing that he didn't have a whole lot of options and didn't want to take a lot of unnecessary risks and damage, that he might stay in here. And I'm sure for him to contemplate what the next phase was difficult. So he decides to stay in. I do decide to Dynamax, thinking, okay, I'm definitely going to pick up the kill here. This shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. So I go ahead into Max Whirlwind, knowing that it would probably be enough to KO Haxorus. And here, before too long, the regular recording of our series will pick up. I just realized part of this recording was not going on. All these focus zaps. All right. Screaming. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh, come on, man. Okay, so he is faster, hypothetically. I go up with Max Whirlwind again. Let's go for the Dragon Claw. That's going to tickle, live. Oh, it's so annoying. Goes out in the garage. I wonder if garage is scarred. He might be scarred. If he's scarfed, he gets it. That's fine. He goes for knockoff. He is scarfed. Alright, that's fine. So all you left is Slightli Corviknight. So he is scarfed. And if that is the case, then you go Pincushion here. Pincushion. I think I just Iron Defense. We're gonna go for Iron Head. I think you just go for Iron Head for the chip. He does withdraw, so we get the chip. Goes into Vegas, which I kind of expected. It does okay. So he might Iron Defense here. Might be start going for body presses. I don't know. Otherwise, it's going to be stalemate. So I'm going to go Bully. I don't think he has much to hit me with. He has Ball. Okay. Going for Cotton Guard. And I'm going to Baton Pass straight into Hulucha, depending on what he does here. Goes for another Bulk Up. Okay. Might suspect me to go for a Baton Pass here. But I'm going to substitute because I think I'm faster. I am faster. So if he goes for one more body press, I'll Baton Pass freely into my Toxtricity. Does go for the Iron Head here. Okay. Does not break the sub. That's beautiful. Alright, so I get a free switch into Tox. Goes for another bulk up. That's fine. They get 2 free Jots essentially with Thunder Punch. I have a feeling he's going to eat this. I feel like he's going to eat this. He does eat that. Can I get a paralysis? I'm in trouble here. Alright, I need damage on this thing. I need damage on this thing now. I get paralysis. We're actually going to come out on top on that. This exchange. Three minutes left. Get paralysis. Goes for another bulk up. Now he's going to be doing a little bit more. We're going to be doing a little bit less. 60 seconds. I don't know if we're going to try to redo this after 2 minutes. If I get crit, that'd be great. Or paralysis. Oh, he has Roost. That's dirty. It's almost up to full. All right. It does get up full with the. What do we do here? Paralysis goes for Iron Head. This is under half. He's +5. I'm +3. Oh, I don't know. Almost be easier if you took out Mosh Pit. He doesn't take him out. Alright, I want him to take it out, so if we have to redo this match, it's much easier. Alright. I don't know what we do here. I'm trying to send out Concussion. But I'm pretty sure the battle's over. So... Why is that just air defense? The battle's over, right? Who wins? That's the question. And if we go to redo it, I don't know. I don't know. Because we were kind of stalemate there with the low toxicity. I lost the delay. He won because he had more health, I think. We'll be right back. All right, so we're back. We kind of recreated the match best we could. About where we were. Everybody's at about the same health and stuff, so we're gonna enjoy the rest of this battle and see what this does. You guys have no game audio, so I'm gonna fix that right now. There we go. All right, so I am going to Iron Defense here. Salty does have one extra Pokemon than what we ended the recording on. That's because we need an extra utility mon to get the health to where we need to be. So I don't know how much he's going to be doing to us with Iron Head. I don't know what other moves it has either, because I haven't really been taking the notes that I should have. But this will be a very interesting match, to say the least. It's interesting that he bulked up there. Alright. Unless he just give me a free turn. That I don't know. Brian defends the end, because we're gonna need it. This last half of the video may be very stally. We'll find out. Does have the recovery, which is unfortunate. So I don't know what that's going to do for me. Yeah, this will be an interesting finish to the game. He has not seen my sword stance yet, I don't think. So that might scare him a little bit. Am I faster? I could start getting flinch hacks if this really big. No, I'm not faster. He's faster. Okay. Well, I decided to go with leftovers over a Rocky helmet now. Alright, so we flinch. That's unfortunate. So he's going to start getting some flinch hacks. That's alright. I am +6, so good thing we got flinch. I'm not going to admit that. Ooh, he gets the crit. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Oh, we flinch again. Well, in the event we live, I need to get some damage off on this. That crit was huge. Okay. What do I do here? Four. Knocked out. Thera. So. He's already +6. I just fire off damage. He has Scrafty in the back, and I need Hawlucha. But I am faster, so I'm at least going to get to +2 before. He's going to get the iron hit off. Well, that's going to do actually very little. But my play is to go to get up to 6. Get up to 6. And then sub, and then baton pass into Hawlucha, and pray Hawlucha can fire off enough damage. Does have the recovery option, which is unfortunate. Hopefully he cannot break our sub here. I don't think he can. You get the sub. Does he break the sub? He does not. That's beautiful. The Hawlucha gets a free switch in. Free sword stands up. And we'll get 2 close combats off because of the White Earth. And I'm just praying that that's enough. Now we baton pass into Hawlucha. I hope we don't go this time. That's not my intention at all. I'm gonna go for the sword stand. I go +4. We'll see how much this does. Down to 54 does 40. 40 what? 45? Gotta go for another one. I gotta get damage off. Gotta go for another one. I gotta go for another one. And I gotta pray this close combat does enough. Go got hyper jump kick. High jump kick does a little bit more. But close combat will not miss. Doesn't even do half. Doesn't even do half. I lose the bulk up Corviknight. I don't think there's any way I pull this out. I mean, Dubby, if you can do some work here, that'd be great, buddy. Oh man, I thought even at +6. He goes for U-turn. That doesn't. Oh, he got a crit. This man with all the crits. Gotta go for another one. And pray I live whatever he's gonna go for. He goes for wood hammer. I don't know. I'm not giving up hope, but I don't know. I'm going for body press. Does have the intimidate. I can hope. I don't know. I can hope. Withdraws. He's trying to get me -2. I am faster. I am faster. I don't know. You get sucker punch? That's super effective, right? It is super effective. I'm faster? Wow. that was the thing. Wow. Well, GG to my man, Salti. If anybody I felt gave me the biggest run for my money, it was him. Wow. So, that was not the outcome I was expecting. I really thought I had lost it there. The switch out from Corviknight at the end there was a big turning point. So, definitely go check out Slightli Salti. He deserves all the love. He's our commissioner of this IBA league. He is the coach of the Vegas Knights. He played really, really well. And it really could have went either way. So definitely go check out his side of the battle. Give him all love, support. Give him a thumbs up for the like of the battle, and sub to him because he deserves it. All that being said, we face off next week against Kyogre or against JayVee. And I'm really praying that JayVee lost this week and I face Kyogre. But JayVee is a monster, and I look forward to facing off against either one of them. But as always, I'm RebelTrainer. I am your coach of the Bouffalant Sabres, and I'm sorry, guys, again for the issues with the beginning audio and video to the match. Catch you guys next time.